Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Morgan, and today I'm going to be working on an Ever After High character that was sadly never created into a full release doll, which is Lily Bo Peep. I don't know why Mattel never got around to making this character because her design is super cute and full of pink and it would sell really well, so I don't know what they were thinking. But I am aware that many doll artists have made Lily Bo Peep into a doll themselves, and I just wanted to give it a go myself, and I also just love the character design. So here I have 4 different colors of nylon doll hair: a light pink, dark pink, regular blue, light blue, and I'm just gonna go do a whole reroute off camera, of course. So I'm laying the hair down with a rubber band right now before I give it a boil wash to lay it completely flat, and I'm gonna style it later. First, we gotta do the face up. The reason that I already had this doll prepped and ready to customize is because months back I was gonna do something else with it, and I obviously never got around to actually doing it. So I am using a Briar Beauty as a doll base if you are curious and want to make this yourself. Unfortunately, my doll has a little chip in the neck. This is like really common with Ever After High dolls, and I don't know why. So for the face up, I'm actually going to be trying to replicate the Ever After High style. I know I did a poll a while back asking if I do a Lily Bo Peep, should I do the face up in my own style or in the Ever After High style, and I believe the majority was to do it in my style. But I also kind of just wanted to try a factory done face up, but it's still, in the end, I still kind of see like it's kind of my style, if that makes any sense, but you'll see. So first up, I'm laying down some blue chalk pastels and some pink on the lips, and then I'm going straight in with some black for the liner and a light brown on the lower lash line. And these eyebrows, guys, I think I did it this time. The eyebrows are kind of snatched, and I'm kind of in love with it, but you'll have to let me know. Honestly, I never even realized how Ever After High dolls have such bold eyeliner. Like, it's really thick eyeliner. It kind of reminds me of drag makeup, which I love, and I think it looks really good on Ever After High dolls, but I can't believe I didn't notice it until I started doing this face up. So the reason I had this Ever After High doll next to me the whole time I was doing the face is I was using it as a reference, and for her eyes I wanted them to be really big doe-eyed because Lily's face, she's always kind of making a big-eyed expression, and she's always shocked or surprised out of her 3 clips in the whole show, but whatever. So once I sketched in the eye shape, I filled in the pupils with a dark brown, and later I'm going to go back over everything in black just to make the features defined. So I filled in her irises with a dark brown to light brown gradient, and then I moved on to defining all the details I've already done. This blue chalk pastel wasn't really giving me the pigment that I wanted, so I went over with a blue watercolor pencil. Lately, the lashes that I've been doing on dolls has been very tiny, difficult lashes that make me hold my breath, but I think I pulled this off to the best of my ability. You guys have to let me know in the comments if they look okay, but I think after this I might have to do a doll with chunkier eyelashes. So I also wasn't really liking how the chalk pastel was coming out for her lips, so I mixed together a darker pink and just painted that over top. So I think I'm all done with the watercolor pencil, so it's time to paint the whites of her eyes. I cannot stress how much I hate doing this part. You know, it would be so nice if there was like a watercolor pencil or some kind of tool that was easy to use and it was the same opacity as white acrylic paint. Is that already a thing? Does it already exist and I didn't even know? So most Ever After High dolls have more eye shines than what I gave my doll, but I kind of don't like how they look, so I just avoided adding those. I also decided last minute that this doll needed some blush to her cheeks, so that was a little touch up. And of course, we can't forget the highlighter. So now it's time to unwrap her and start styling her hair. So part of Lily's signature hairstyle is that her bangs completely cover her right eye, and I don't want to do that. Sorry. Like, I would have done this whole face up for what? So I'm just gonna have her hair put into 2 pigtails and some side swept bangs, not some super coverage bangs. I hope that's alright. So I'm just gonna use the straw curler method for her pigtails and then give them a boil wash, and once they're completely dry, I will take them out and cut her pigtails. While I wait for the hair to dry, let's go over some of the materials I bought for this project. So I bought 3 new kinds of ribbon and a lace trim, as well as some little roses, and a lot of pink fabric. So hopefully this is enough. And I'm going to use these Monster High shoes. So while her hair is still drying, I'm going to work on making her bonnet, hairpiece, whatever it's called. I just drew out a half circle onto this pink polka dotted fabric and then cut it around the drawing to give a seam allowance. Then I traced it onto a piece of cardstock, cut inside the line for the seam allowance. Then I cut little snips around the fabric and then added some glue and then folded that over. Then I measured out a piece of the hot pink ribbon so it would fit her head to size. I also added a piece of the light blue ribbon around the bonnet as a little trim and some of the lace on the back. So then I used some Fabri-Tac to bind the bonnet to the ribbon. So here's where these little roses that I bought are going to come in handy. I'm going to use 2 dark pink ones and 1 light blue one. This might seem like a waste because now I have a lot of roses left over that I'm not going to use, but I'm sure eventually I'll find a project that will require them again. So I just cut off the green leaf ribbon bits in the back and then added some Fabri-Tac and glued them straight to the bonnet. I also glued on this hot pink bow that I used making the same ribbon, and then I put a little cotton ball in the center. So now we're going to get started on making Lily's shoes. These are Monster High shoes, and I honestly don't know whose they are. Like, they give me Abby vibes, but they're also this ugly yellow color. I don't know whose they are from. So I'm taking my X-Acto knife and I am cutting off these excess pieces that I will not be needing for the shoes, and then after I have everything cut off, I'm going to take some epoxy sculpt and add on some extra details. After the epoxy was fully dry, I painted the shoes with a white coat first, and then I added some light pink and dark pink accents. So I also finally got myself some Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. This stuff is pretty expensive, honestly, but I just added a thin layer of that to the shoes to give them that plasticky vibe again, and also seal the acrylic paint. So there's obviously still some imperfections. I'm not the best whittler, but they're to my liking. So now I'm finally removing the straws from her hair and giving her hair a little snip. So at this point I finally realized how much I hated this bonnet. It was way too big. It should not be the same size as her head, so I went ahead and made a whole new one off camera.
She better go out and nail this after all the trouble her mother caused me during my rehearsals.
So now it's finally time to get started on Lily's dress. I'm using a pattern from DG Requiem. This is going to be the overlay for the straight skirt that I need to hand paint a little sheep design all the way across the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I actually love painting little details on doll clothing. I think it's super cute. You just have to make sure that there is no water on your brush or else the paint is going to look really muddy. So I'm also adding some of the lace trim from earlier as part of the skirt design. For the top of her dress, instead of actually sewing and hemming the neckline, I'm just going to be gluing it. You know me. I'm also adding a bit of that light blue ribbon as a trim around the top of the dress and some of the lace trim on the back. So now I have the skirt and the top pieces all cut out, so now it is time to sew them together. I hope you like that really bad cut where I used the wrong hand to transition. So I cut out 2 pieces for Lily's apron and sewed them good side to good side, leaving a gap so I can flip it inside out. Then I took some dark blue paint to add this line across the inside of the apron. Then I added this dark blue ribbon trim to the outside of the apron. Then I added some glue in place on the dress and added the apron. I also made another pink bow for the waistband that will match the same one as her bonnet. For her sleeves, I just cut out 2 rectangle pieces of pink fabric and I'm going to add a gathering stitch to the top and bottom. I used a small piece of the blue ribbon to give her a choker necklace. And of course, we can't forget to add some diamond dots in here, so I'm just going to take 1 golden diamond dot and put that on the center of her choker. I also made her a tiny bracelet using the blue ribbon and the lace trim. To finish off her outfit, I made her some white glimmering fishnets. So we're not finished quite yet. I still need to make her bow staff, so I grabbed a small wooden dowel, marked where I needed to cut, used my X-Acto knife to whittle that down. Then I just used my 2-part epoxy sculpt to sculpt on the curved part of the bow staff. Not sure if that has a name. To sculpt this, I just mixed the clay evenly and rolled it into a snake, making one end much thinner than the other, trying to make the other end the same size as the wooden dowel, then rolling it out to the necessary length and just shaping it on my table. After waiting 24 hours for the epoxy to fully dry, I painted the entire staff a light pink. Then, for the finishing detail, I added a pink bow to the bow staff. Bow to the bow staff. Nice. And then I added a white rose on the center of the bow, which is on the bow staff. And with that, she's done. Honestly, I really loved making this doll. I feel like I say that every time and I sound like a broken record at this point, but she was quite a step down from my last project and was a lot more easygoing on me. And she's just super cute to look at, and I love working with fun, vibrant colors, So as always, if you liked this doll and you want to see more from me, you can find me over on Instagram. Link is in the description, and I try to post videos every week or so. My schedule's kind of messed up at this point. I hope that's alright. And if you are interested in this doll specifically, I might even be selling it over on my Etsy shop here within the next few days, so keep an eye out on that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!